Welcome everyone to the show. I'm your host Don Vic. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everyone? Hope everyone is having a happy Sunday. Um, Today's a special day here in Boston. As you guys know, the Boston Celtics will be playing Game 7 against the Milwaukee Bucks, and it's going to be a very interesting game because it's the last game. It's Game 7, and they're going to go in hard. Today is going to be like the best game ever. So, we're hoping that the Celtics pull through. They're playing here at home in Boston, so it's going to be an amazing game. So I hope you guys tune in also at and watch the game because it's going to be great. Uh Want to thank two guests that was on the show yesterday. All my three guests that was on the show: Jade, Kenny, Mr. Sammy Lee Hill, and Robert Amico for coming on the show yesterday. It was a great show. I want to thank all of them for coming on the show, and I want to thank all the viewers for logging in and watching the show last night and for sharing the show as well. Today is nice out. Is very hot out today. It's probably like 70, almost 80 degrees out here in Boston. It's hot, and it was time, and that cold was driving me crazy. You know, uh, but us people here in Boston, we're always um, fighting with the weather. It's either too hot or it's either too cold out here in Boston. So you already know what it is. We're never happy. It's too hot. It's too cold. Why can't it stay in between? Ooh. Andrina, what's going on? Thank you for logging in. Thank you. Scotland. Big shout out to Scotland. Scotland in the building. Big shout out to Scotland, the UK, Australia, man, the worldwide, Africa, Nigeria, Israel. You guys show me so much love. I appreciate every one of you guys. You guys are awesome. Paranormal. Okay, that's what's up. Big shout out to all the paranormal teams. So, we just got Miss Sandra A. Smith on, so we're gonna bring Mr. Sandra A. Smith to the show. We're gonna talk to her and find out exactly what's going on and what she's been doing lately in her life. So, people, please welcome the one and only film director Sandra A. Smith to the show.
Hey.
Hi, Sandra.
Let me make sure I get a good setting.
Okay. Oops, she froze.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened, but anyway.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
We got you. This happens most of the time it freezes, but we're good now.
Good.
So
I can't lose you.
right. So first, I want to thank you for your time for coming on the show. I know you got things to do, and I just want to thank you for your time to come on the show. I appreciate you.
Yes, thank you for having me, and we can go through the whole show.
Awesome, I like that.
I know it was timing today because I had the rehearsal for the play I'm in, Fences, and it's my first time being in a play, so I'm trying to let me get this play, just to get the character down pack and just feel the energy and vibe. So this is my first time. I just want to do it right.
Right. So now since we're on that subject, tell us about this defense. What's it all about?
Well, Fences is a play by August Wilson, and it takes place in the 1950s. So,
wow.
yeah. So, I watched the movie, which Denzel Washington plays Troy, the lead character, and was it? Oh God, I forgot her name. Oh Jesus. Um, the other, she's an amazing actress too. Totally forgot her name and went blank on that one. But when I remember it, I'll bring it back. But yeah, it's a really good play movie. I've kind of watched it and get a little teary eyes at the end. I'm like, ooh, I got to bring it. Oh my God. I got to bring it, even though the director, the producer of the play, Miss Lisa Smith Bryant, she was like, just bring your own energy, your own to the character. Don't watch
Right.
too much of what they're doing because you have to bring you to the character. I'm like, yeah, I understand that, but it's always good to watch, the first person that acted it out, and see how they kind of brought it. So yeah, man, it's deep. It's a really good piece, and I play the character Rose, which she's really all about family. Her husband Troy, who ends up, having a kid on her, and she was the type of wife that stayed at home, make sure food was on the table and the house was clean, and she go to church on Sundays. Ooh, okay,
Oh
so
man. Okay.
yes, yes. So it's a
That's
really good
awesome.
play. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Like I said, it is my first play. So I'm like, God,
Wow.
you gotta help me with this one.
Yeah, you be fine. You be fine. I think you would do great. But I
That's what
but I
everyone keeps
understand.
telling me.
Yeah. You feel nervous?
Yes, yes. And I mean, I feel nervous whenever I'm getting ready to perform. If I'm acting in a movie, even when I'm directing my own projects, I'm a little nervous in the beginning, but once I get into it, oh, ain't no stopping me. I'm there. I'm
And
there.
and,
It's like I'm
and
in the zone.
and why do you think you get nervous? Is it maybe the project won't come out right or things won't go right? Like, what's the nerves all about? Why do you think you get
Well,
nervous?
I guess it's a little bit of all that, because as a filmmaker, you want to bring forth a really good project what everyone can really enjoy. I mean, you always gonna have your critics. That's that's hands down. You're gonna
Right.
always have your critics, but I want to be able to bring a movie where people could be like, man, that was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. Rather be comedy, drama, comedy, whatever it is. I just want to do my best as a filmmaker, trying to make my mark in this industry so people can know of Sandra Smith films. And it's all about bringing about awareness in my films. It's of course girl power, all
Yes.
about friendship, relationship, educating our young African Americans, so, and that's what it's all about, bringing your creativity as a filmmaker, and of course drawing from other people's situations and whatever they have been through. So you take all that and you want to tell a story. It's all about telling a story. So that's what I'm all about. I want to tell a story where people can really take something from the movie. Just as if you would go to a movie,
Yeah.
especially men, you go do the action movies, you come back like, man, did you see that movie? He just pulled out all the guns and he was,
Yeah.
and you go and
Yeah.
tell someone, right? Next thing you know, that person going to see that movie.
Right. You know what? I'm an action figure guy. I love action.
I kind of figured that.
Right. But I also like drama
Uh-huh.
as well because I'm human too, and
Right.
us men, we got hearts,
Of
right? And, and
course.
and I like to watch drama when it's a touching subject,
Yeah, definitely.
because supposedly us men are strong and hard, but we got a soft spot in our heart, and
Mhm.
sometimes I like movies where it can touch me there because it has to remind me of who I am, you
Right
know,
on. Yeah.
and and I love to watch movies that got messages in them,
Hmm.
not just always, shoot up, bang, bang, shoot them down all the time.
Okay.
You
Flying
know,
out of helicopters, jumping out of them, all that good stuff.
yeah. So you being a director,
Yeah.
um, what type of movies do you like to direct or create?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm about all of it. Once again, it's
Right.
about telling your story, and maybe some other directors may be, oh, I'm all about horror movies. We got a couple of those directors that do mostly horror movies, or you have a director that does a lot of maybe comedic drama, comedy movies, drama, melodramatic, even
Right.
inspirational. You have that
Right.
genre of
Inspiration.
just inspirational movie, which I'm big on inspirational movies. I love them. I be all teary eyes, okay? So teary eyes,
I hear
So
you.
yeah, for me, I guess I'm just drawing on everything. I love, doing films that bring about, like you said, messages. I
Right.
love messages, like my award-winning film, The Sealed Letter. It's all about, a young man just really trying to find his way, and then you have the friend that's opposite of the young man, and both of them come from a situation where they're trying to make it in that hood. Well, I'm not going to say hood, in their community where they come from, because there's a lot goes on in the community. So with The Sealed Letter, this one young man, he wants to go to college, he want to make something out of himself, he wants to move forward in life in a positive way. And then you have the friend that's the opposite. He don't want to go to school, he wants to be in the streets, doing things that's mischievous and hanging out with the girl, and just skipping out. And then at the end, it's like, what are you going to choose? Are you going to choose the streets, or are you going to choose the education that's going to give you more than what the streets give you? So that was my award winning film, because it was more of the miseducation of the African American male. So I was very grateful to really win numerous awards on that project and stand before educators and really tell my creative story of how I came about to put the project together, which I did do some research on it, I want to say, on the project, to see, the African American males that was dropping out. What was the number? What was the rate compared to the Latinos or the whites or the Asians? All
Yeah.
that. So you have to kind of look at all the dynamics.
Right. Facts. Like when you do a film, what are some of the messages that you try to put across the board for people to know?
Well, like the one I just told you,
Right.
education, of course, is in part, like some people say, or that have been so successful. I'm gonna use Steve Harvey as a point of
Oh,
view.
Steve
I love
Harvey.
Steve Harvey. He was
Me
like,
too.
you don't need an education to be successful, or to live out your dream. He said, you don't have it. He said, in the Bible, it doesn't say education will make room for your gift. It will make room for you. It says your gift will make room for you. So if God gave you a gift, that gift's supposed to make room for your blessings, your overflow. You're supposed to live off it, eat off it, because we all
Amen.
have a gift that we can really, generate money to live and to be, just really stable and functioning right here on this planet while we're here. So
Right.
I listened to him and I'm like, yeah, and just, the struggle that we go through, as even you,
Yeah.
just really starting your platform, trying to get
Yeah.
people to know what you are about and
Right.
how you are creating this platform for individuals like myself. And the
Hmm.
wonderful people you had on yesterday was very
Thank you.
empowering,
Thank you.
so it's all about wanting to do something and give back. And
Right.
that's just what my films are all about, just really wanting to give back and tell my story in a way where I'm giving back.
Wow. That's amazing. So you're officially from California. Oh,
Actually, I'm from the dirty.
oh,
I'm
dirty,
from
dirty South.
Louisiana, from the deep South, but
Okay.
I've been here.
Okay.
I've been in California, gosh, like almost all my life. So
Mm,
since I was young, and I tell this story all the time, my
really?
aunt tricked me to California. She knew since I was a kid, I always wanted to be in the industry. I always wanted to act since I seen Janet Jackson as Penny on Good
Oh
Time.
man, Janet Jackson.
Yes.
Mm.
So I'm like, hey, and it wasn't that many black TV shows at that time. You had Good Time, you had the
Oh yeah, good
Sons,
time. The
yeah, and you
Jeffersons.
had what you talking about, Willis?
Yeah.
Different strokes.
Different strokes. Yeah, you had Fat Albert. You have Fat
Yes,
Albert.
Fat Albert on Saturdays. That was the Saturday show we watched.
Yeah.
Get ready, geared up for Fat Albert. So yeah, so
Sanford Son. What?
yeah, Sanford
Yeah,
and Son.
I
So
love that.
it wasn't as many as we see today.
Right.
So
Right.
we see a lot of things are changing in the network. So
I lost you. I lost you. I lost you over there. I can't hear you. Sorry, guys. We lost her. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get her in here. Um, sorry, guys. I don't know what happened here. Let me see. Something. Okay, hold on.
oh,
Okay.
oh,
Okay.
sorry
I'm
about
sorry.
that.
I lost your sound. I didn't hear half of the stuff you was talking about.
Oh my God. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I
Sorry
I
about.
last I last heard you when we spoke about San Francisco.
Oh.
I said,
Yeah,
what
actually.
happened? The sound just went.
Sorry about that. Someone was calling in. That's probably what happened. It
Oh,
kicked the sound off. Yeah. So, oh yeah, Sanford and Son. We was talking about different black films they had out then compared to they have so many now. So, and I
right,
guess being such a creative person, I want to be able to create stories that I can tell for everyone.
right, right. And so I was researching. I call it being nosy. Same
Okay.
thing, just this the same thing, just spelled different.
It's all good. That's what we have to be. It's all
Oh,
good.
so you have a film. I don't know how recent it is, or when you guys are working on it, but it's called Julia Stiles with Elise Hollywood Evans.
Yeah, I'm in production with that one now. Of course, my good friend Elise, she's one of Bay Area finest. She does a lot herself. She's an artist, she's a designer, and of course, an actress. So this whole project came about a conversation, just and that's how a lot of films come about conversation, right? So we
Right.
was just talking about, being a certain age and being just so successful and doing what you do as a powerful woman. It's kind of hard to find love when you 50 or about to be 50 or over 50 because
Oh,
when you get to a certain age, you just ain't got time for the okie doke BS. Okay.
okay.
And that's
Okay.
vice versa with men, so you're trying to find someone you can spend the other half and best blessed half of your life with, that's going to have your back. Doesn't matter how hard things get, they're not going to just throw in the towel and just give up. Hey, we did all that when we was young. It's time to just really settle down and buckle down. Even with your status, doesn't matter if you're rich or poor or in between, or is there any in between anymore? I don't know.
No, it's either you're
But
rich or you're
are
poor.
you far right? So just to be in a good relationship, and not only a relationship with a guy, just to have, a great friendship, and that's what Julia Style is all about. Just is a romantic comedy. Is all about trying to find love over 50, being a successful, powerful talk show host, and that's what she is. She's in between a Oprah Winfrey and a Wendy Williams. So she's like
Oh,
that's yeah, okay, that's power. Hello.
okay.
So she's in between those two characters, which I drew up on those characters to develop the character of Julia Stiles. I use a little bit of Wendy, a little bit of Oprah, and I created Julia.
Mm,
And
wow.
of course, the best friend Candace, which I play the best friend. You know how the best friends are. You'd be like,
Yeah.
girl, we
Yeah.
can use this network to get you a man. Let's do a date with Julia Stiles, And when that don't look, when that don't work out, well, let's go take a girls trip and see what we can do.
Right.
Having your girl back in the same way with you guys, man. Let's just go out tonight and see what we can stumble upon.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, us men, we're similar. We're so much similar, men and women. You know, just the women keep the secrets more compacted than we do. We men just rah 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 rah. Women kind of hold back a little bit and say, okay,
And y'all can't keep, like they said, sweet water on your stomach.
for real. I'm trying to tell you. That's awesome. I can't wait to check out the films that you guys are working on. Um,
Yes, yes.
so are these films going to be on like theaters, or is it going to be like on Prime Time, Tubi, um, those type of platforms?
Well, I'm working on all that. Normally, when I am done with my film project, which I'm very thankful that, I was blessed to do several shorts. And of course, this is my first feature, just like this is my first play I'm going to be in. This
Right.
is my first feature film. And I'm still in production. We have shot 90% of the movie. We have 10% to go. And of course, in production, sometimes when you're indie, funds get a little scarce and you get a little short and you be like, okay, I need to, raise a little bit more to finish the project. So I'm in a process of raising funds to finish the project. And I wanted to shoot the 10% in New Orleans. I am from the South.
Oh,
They always say, never forget where you come from. So I
that's
said,
right.
okay, I'll
Yeah.
go shoot some scenes there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That's
it's
wonderful.
been a challenge. It's been really challenging, but I know, to me, and I'm speaking from my point of view as someone that has that unshakable faith. I know that God wouldn't bring me thus far and just say that's it. I know He's going to take me the other half, but sometimes we have to be still and just see exactly how things will play out, because we look to things in the natural as humans, but God is always working things out in the spiritual realm. So we
Every
just
day.
gotta
Yeah.
be patient and do our part, by
Yeah.
continue, promoting, letting people know what you're doing. But not only that, to continue using your gift in other areas. Like I'm working on, of course, the play. Just got some info. The Hodges, which is a new TV series that's coming up here in the Bay Area.
Okay.
The director contacted me, wanted me to be a part of the cast. So I'm like,
That's
okay, we're
awesome.
still finalizing everything. But that's a blessing to still work on other people's project in the midst of still doing your thing and keeping the faith that it all will work out for your good. And I just can't leave my understanding, because we start thinking all kind of ways. Okay, I'm gonna do this and do that, and I'm gonna make it
that
happen. Then you
that's
just
so
mess it
true.
all up. You just mess it all up. So I'm gonna be patient and do
Yeah.
my part and let God do the rest. But in the meantime, I'm working on other projects that continue to allow me to grow in my gift.
Right. Does it overwhelm you? Because like it overwhelms me. Like I do my podcast. I just been cast to shoot in a film out in Baltimore.
Congrats.
Thank you. So that's actually like my thing, acting. This my platform here. I created it because I've come from a place, right, where there were not too many opportunities, and when you had talent, nobody wanted to open the door for you. No matter you,
Mhm.
it was like you either had to know someone or you had to have money.
Right
And
on.
so I said, what can I do to help the community, to help the people that have talent and uh, are not known or given an opportunity to get on the platform. So I created this. I created this platform for everybody, directors, actors, the guy around the corner that just started his first new song. And it's a nice song. It could be a hit. I want to be able to give him a platform so the world can see not uh the name of who created the song, but to put the face behind the name. You know what I
Amen.
mean? Because sometimes we tend to see things or hear things. And for an example, if I was to watch a movie that says Sandra A. Smith, I said, wow, she's a great director. I love her movies. but
Right.
I have no idea what you look like. I can't put
Right.
you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't put the face with the name. So by giving this platform and the world can see who Sandra A. Smith is, what type of director she is, and who you are as a person, not behind the camera as just a director, but you being a person coming on the show and showing your humbleness, your kindness, and really talking about what you want to do for not just you, but for the people, the community. So I think that's very important, and that's why I created my platform.
Right on.
You
Right
know,
on.
so again, I'm amazed. So, how many movies have you? Can you say you have already completed?
Um, as a short film, I would say several short films. Once again, this is my first feature. I've done three documentaries, one for the president of Laney College, and one for the professor of Laney College, and it was all about the smart text program they had at Laney College, where there was bridging the gap between the industry of tech and the students to be able to hire students once they come out of college, Laney College, to give them a position. So it was all about showing what the students was learning in the tech world, so these companies can say, oh, okay, fresh new idea, fresh new students, give them an opportunity at our tech companies. So that was the documentary for the professor, and for the president, it was about students coming back to school and students who have never been to college, young students to elders coming back to college, just really showing the struggle students go through to maintain when they're in college, especially when you are in your 60s and you coming back to school, or is your first time coming to college if you're in your 60s, and we have elders that feel they want to refresh or do something different. They go back to college, and you're in this room with all these young bright minds, and you're trying to keep up. So we have an elder person telling her story. We have a young student that's first time, who's from China. I do believe it was from China, coming to here to America and going to college. Then we have a single mother. Then we have a vet. And all these people are telling their story and how it's a struggle, but yet they still maintain and, move forward through their schooling, but had powerful professors to help them along the way. And that's what it's all about when you go to, returning to college, or as your first time, I want to say, it's all about making those connections with those professors, and
Right,
because they really going to help you get through the challenging times, because it's not just the schoolwork and the studying. When you go home, you have to make sure, if you're a single mom, you got to make sure you're helping your kid with homework, you cooking dinner, doing the clothing, just everything. So it's a lot. Then you got to take the time out to get there and study. So it's all about the struggle students have when they're in school, but they still maintain by the community, the college
right.
that helps them. And it's called Life is a Beautiful Struggle. That's what the documentary is. So
Wow.
it was a very, powerful piece. And if anyone wants to check out any of my work, you can go to my YouTube. It's Tiger, Tiger, I like your eye, EYEENT1, and that's my YouTube channel. You can go and check out all my work there. My several short films, documentaries, and music videos, and anything else that I've done, just really trying to just keep it moving as a
Right.
filmmaker, just keep it moving, even my music.
Right. And it's not easy to maintain everything that we do. And,
Right,
because sometimes I ask myself, how do I do this? Like, how do I keep up with all this stuff that I'm doing and more stuff coming to the table? How do you deal with it? How do you balance everything, you
right,
know,
right.
um, when it comes to the table? Now, w- when you're looking for what do you look for in actors when you're trying to cast them for a movie in one of your projects? What are the things that you look for?
Well, I look for, because when I'm writing my story, I have a vision of
Hmm.
how that person look, how
Right,
that person would act, and how that person would deliver the lines. So when
right,
I'm casting, I'm looking at that vision I have, and I'm quite sure any writer that's writing their stories, like the story is vivid in your head. You see your characters are talking to you. You're seeing the locations of where your character at. It's like the movie's being played in your head as
Right.
you reading it. So you have an idea of what that character looks like. Even if you're, writing and you're writing your character and you may think of, like I said, I draw up on like for my character Julia Stiles between Oprah Winfrey and Wendy Williams. If I'm writing that character, I'm looking at Oprah, how she does things and, her spirit, her energy, everything that's about her. And then I'm looking at Wendy and I'm looking at, she's really funny. To me,
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
Wendy Williams because she's
Hey, I love
funny,
her too.
her style and everything. So she tell it, she's a straight shooter, so,
How you
so
doing?
so you have those two different personalities, and then I put those two together with my own idea of who this character is, and just go from there. And then when I'm casting, I'm looking at that person in that way. I'm looking at their style. I'm looking at their persona, their attitude, their spirit, their energy, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this person can play this character or that character. So, that's how I see it. I can't speak for other, directors that does casting, but that's how I see it. It's
Right.
like you have to have this kind of image of who that person is. Of course, you have character description when you're looking for that person, but
Right.
in your head, it's like you already have created that character.
Right. Okay. Okay. How do you prepare yourself for, now that you're having a role? Um, how do you prepare yourself for that?
Well, me being a writer and an actress, because I act in some of my own projects. I do a little, well, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say I am great, because I like to put I am before anything, because that gives it that power. You become what you say,
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
I am a great actress.
Right. That's right. Okay.
So I prepare myself, and I am a great writer and producer and director as well. But if I'm writing right and I know I'm playing a part in that particular script, I prepare myself just as well, like I see the character. So I have to become that character. So sometime I'll go look at movies or something that's maybe pertaining to that
To
kind
that.
of character. And
Yeah.
even now, doing the play, I watch some plays and a couple of plays on Fences and the movie on Fences. And I was like, okay, I see how the character is portraying that role. Okay, I got a little bit of that, but now I have to bring myself to it. Now I have to bring
Right.
myself, because I see them how they brought the character to life. Now I see they get a little bit of that. Then I come back and I put myself, and then I start thinking like, in that situation or that scenario, how would I respond?
Mhm.
If it's a scene where the person is very upset, I have to think about something that have happened to me that will make me upset to that point. Like for the character for Rose, I have to do this long monologue.
Oh my, I hate it.
Long monologue. It's two up in
Yeah.
there. So I'm trying to get the first one, there. So and in the movie, she's like really upset. She's crying. You know how some of the actors cry to get the snot running out their nose, and she's emotional. I'm like, I don't know if I can get the snot to come. At first I gotta get the tears, but I'm a big crybaby anyway. So I'm like, what have happened in my relationship that caused me to react that way, where I'm emotional, I'm crying, and
Right.
maybe not coming out my nose. I don't know.
Right. Right. Right.
But I'm thinking like I have to get to that point where I feel like, oh my God, that happened to me. When your husband or your boyfriend or fiance comes back, well, I'm gonna say husband because that's even more painful. Come and say, hey, I've been messing around with another woman. Now I'm the father of her child, and you guys been married for 18 years, and he come bring all this on you. Now you've been this good wife. How could
Life.
you
Yeah.
do that to me? How
Right.
could you?
Right. Right. That's
Like how
crazy.
could you? So I have to get my mind wrapped around the scene like that, because I've
Right.
never done that much of a dramatic scene. I'm more
Yeah.
of comedy, a little
Yeah.
dramatic, but not too much. But I'm like, this is deep.
Yeah. Yeah. And how do you because when you got these scripts and you have 2 and 3, 4 pages that you have to remember, what do you
Mm.
do to help you remember these lines?
Well, for me, I would learn the last, I would say maybe the last line or two of the first character in front of his lines. Well, I would learn the person that's I'm having a conversation with, maybe their last line or two. So I will remember that, and then I will go over my line maybe 2 or 3 times, and I will put the script aside, and then I will go and I would remember the last person line, and then I will go to my line. And if I have a whole page memorized, then I will put the book or the script aside, and I would know the person conversation before me, then mine, then theirs, then mine, because I've taken at least maybe I would say maybe 30 minutes, 20 or 30 minutes. And if I mess up, and then I'll just keep going. And then I'll go back and say, okay, I messed up on here. I said the wrong thing here. And then
Right.
I'll go and I'll say that line a couple of times. And then I'll put it aside again and just do the same thing until I get that particular page dialogue locked, in my
Locked
memory.
in. Yeah.
And then moving on to the next page. Once I get that page locked down, then to the next page. Then next thing you know, I got about 4 pages memorized. And then
Yeah.
I can be driving and just really really saying the lines in my head out loud, because now it's in my head and I'm driving and I'm saying the lines.
Wow. It's hard to do that. For
It
me,
is that's
I'm gonna have to record mines in a
yeah.
headphone and put the headphones on and just keep hearing his line and my line, his lines and my
Mhm.
line to kind of remember it.
Yeah,
Um,
some people do that, or they use the little cue cards too.
yeah, and and
Mhm.
um, and it's hard for me because I got so much stuff going on in my life that
Right.
I need to focus on the script and
You will
it's
do
not.
well.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's I mean, it's not easy. It's very hard um to uh to memorize
Right.
lines, especially like if you have a main role,
Hmm.
there's so many things to memorize and you have to be on
Right.
cue, not just with your words, but with your body movement, your
Exactly.
body movement, your face expression,
All
you
that.
all that, but
All that.
I laugh
All,
because
all
I
that.
laugh because I can see myself stressed out. I can see my hair growing sideways. And the director's like, cut again.
Oh, no.
So, this
No,
is
no. See, you have to think positive. When you have the positive
always,
outlook on, like, I'm about to go in here and kill it. I'm about to
yeah.
do this. And
Mhm,
you like you just kind of giving yourself that extra pump up you need. You're like, I got this. And the
mhm.
thing is, Robert, what's his last name? Yeah,
Robert Amico.
Amico, yes, Robert Amico. You can't be nervous. You got to get that nervousness out
Right.
of the way and give it all you got. You just got to go in there and just nail it. And
Mhm.
take your time, like he said. Some actors go in and just go right and hit their line. He said it before he hit his line. He, do all these expression.
Pause. Yeah, pauses. Yeah.
Yeah. And then boom, he hits the line because, like he said, they're away because they're got their head down, taking notes or whatever. And then they're like, well, he didn't say anything or she didn't say anything. What's going on? But then they look up and they see all these different, pauses. And with those pauses, you're giving
Expressions,
expression.
emotions.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that just kills it right there. So when you go in there, just think about yourself in that situation, or maybe it happened. How would you respond and be like, I'm about to kill this?
Right. Yeah. That's I'm gonna remember that one. Sandra.
You about to do the damn thing.
As okay, so as an actor, what would you say is your hardest task? Is it of being an actor?
Oh God, my heart is task. I would say getting started. Getting
Getting
started.
getting
Yeah,
started.
getting started would be my hardest task because, like I said, I'm like nervous. I'm like, oh, but then I have to do what I just told you. You better do it. Get into it. Just do it. So I have
Yeah.
to shake off the nervousness, and I like to pray before I get started. But just
Amen.
to get the nervous and the fear and be like, God, give me strength. This is a gift you have given me. Let me give me what I need to give my best to, if it's my project or anybody else. I want to give my all, my 150%. I want to come in and nail it. I want to do my best. I know we try not to do too many takes, even though sometimes you take too many takes, and time is money when you're on production. So I try to have my lines down packed so we won't do 300 takes.
Okay. Okay. That's me.
Okay.
301 takes.
Okay.
I'm only kidding.
So
I'm only kidding.
let's go there like we got this. We gonna
Mhm.
knock it out. We don't ran over our lines even before we get ready to say, okay, you up next, or your scene we about to get ready to shoot. We need you on the set. Go over them lines. Oh, and then you just like, yep, okay, I'm ready. I went over, scanned over the lines, got it there. I'm ready. You in character. You going out there and you give it all your best. That's what you do. You give it your best. That's all we can do when we go out there is give it our best.
That's right. 100%.
That's right.
If if you had an opportunity to work with any major director or actor, who would they be
I don't want to sound like a
and why?
cliche. I don't want to sound that way because I know everybody throws out Tyler Perry, but and why I'm gonna say that because I was prophesied that I would work with Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey.
Ooh.
Those were the two that I was prophesied to I would work with. And I'm saying this because when I was just in the beginning of my career and I was at Laney College, and this one sister, she told me, she said, you're going to work with Tyler Perry. I already see it. And I'm just
Mm.
getting started in my career, and I receive it. Hey, I receive it. Hey.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Laney College takes students to the Black Congressional Caucus Conference every year, all four Peralta colleges. So, and I was one of those students that was chosen to go that particular year. And me and this older lady, we kind of bonded, and we are having a great time. And we in this, we at the conference, we go to the ladies' room, and we see this beautiful elder lady, just gorgeous, all white, and we was afraid to touch her, but she says, "Go ahead on, touch me," and she gave me a word. Of course, the Tyler Perry, but the brother I was working with, we was no longer going to work together. Well, that part did come to pass, and that night I went to is the Black Women's Museum. They was honoring Tyler Perry that night, so
Oh
the
wow.
yeah, the students were able to, of course, get in there, and we was going to meet Tyler Perry and all this other great stuff. However, he couldn't stay. Once he got his award, he had to jet out. So I'm like, ah. Well, to me, I was like, that was an introduction because we waved at each other. Hey, how you doing? All that good stuff. But I was waiting to have a conversation, but he had to jet out. So I was like, okay, God, that was the introduction. So the next
Yes.
time we meet, like he was saying
Robert.
yesterday
Robert.
about
Yeah.
meeting people,
Yeah. Yeah.
you don't really say too much the first time.
That's right.
So I remember the location and all that great stuff. So I said that was an introduction. And the next time, God will make it link up. And then I was on my way to a concert with one of my friends, and I just got back from LA having one of my short films screened in Hollywood, right? And the guy was like, "Wow, you're gonna be on TV." He said something in that sense of you're gonna be working with Oprah Winfrey. You're gonna be doing these projects. You're gonna be on TV. I said, "Well, you know what? I just came from having my film screened in LA." I said, "Yeah, He said, "You're gonna meet Gail. Gail gonna like you, and Gail is gonna tell Oprah about you." I say,
Mm.
well, hey, I received that too. Hey,
Why not, right?
and I didn't even know this guy. He just looked, he said, that's something about you. I was like,
Wow.
okay. He said, you're going to be on TV. And I was like, yeah, I know I am on there, because I used to do a show for Comcast every Saturday, but that was back in the day. But, I've been screening my work all over, as a filmmaker. So I receive it, it all haven't come to pass yet, but I know it will come to pass because everything is for a season. And Habakkuk 2:3 said you have to write the vision down. I wrote the vision down. I will work with Oprah. I will work with Tyler. I wrote the vision down. So, but in the meantime, you still have to do what you love to do and what you're passionate about. And when you're passionate about it and love it, hey, you're gonna be patient and wait till that door open. That's the right one for you to really shine bright.
Right. And and just to tell people, like, this is a process. This
It
doesn't happen from one day or another,
is
especially if you're an entrepreneur, you're running your own business, you're your own director, you're doing this and that.
right.
Everything takes time.
It
um
does.
some get lucky and get on it right away because they're around the right people, they got the right connections, so
Mhm.
they fly right away. For most of us, we got to work hard, still keep pushing till,
That's
like you
right.
said, the door opens.
Amen.
But you know, I thank God for giving me this opportunity to
Oh yeah.
have this platform to meet people like yourself
Thank
that that is a director. You are also an actor, and you out for for humanity. You out for the people,
you. Amen.
and and that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to help one another grow,
Mhm.
right?
That's right.
So I'm just grateful that this is the way that God led me, by creating this platform. And I'm just so honored to meet all of you guys that's been on my show. You guys are doing so much amazing things, not just for yourself, but for others, giving others opportunities to become great actors, great directors, producers, whatever the case may be. And I find that uh, very interesting, and I think that that's the best thing that God gave us.
That's
You
right.
know, um, and the best thing I say is love, right? you
Yes, of
know,
course. Yeah,
love. You
that
you
is
you
the
got to
ultimate
love.
key.
Yeah, you got to love people. And I'm just glad that this my show is going the way it's going.
It
You
is. It's
know,
a blessing to me and those others that you have on the show to come and share their gift. That's what it is.
yes,
You can come over here and share your gift. I have this
yeah,
platform. You
yeah,
come over here. Believe me, I have people that will see what you're doing that
yeah,
would be able to help you or follow you. Like yesterday, hey, come over, follow me, see what I'm doing, follow everything I'm doing. I
yeah.
have my day in life of a filmmaker. Everywhere I go, you never know where I may pop up at. Everywhere I
Mhm.
go, I like to film, capture the moment because we're always in a moment.
That's
Like you're
right.
talking about when you and your son was hanging out and you met that what was it, basketball player, baseball
No,
player, basketball
he's a football player from
football
Boston.
player. Okay, yeah, football player. You met him. Wow,
Yeah.
that was a moment, and you
Yes, it was.
captured that moment with your son. So
Yeah.
that was a moment. We're always in a moment. So for me, when I'm in a moment, I pull out my selfie stick, my phone, and I'm like, "Hey, Dan,
Yeah.
like a filmmaker with Sandra A. Smith, baby. Hey, you know, this is where we at. This is what we're
Okay.
doing." And
Okay.
and I like to put that out there because people, it's just amazing how people always want to know what other people are doing.
Right. Right.
You throw, it doesn't matter what type of video you put up there. It can be people fighting, they all engage. It can be, conversation. They'll tap in for a minute and hear whatever, even if you're somewhere, a festival, a concert, whatever, and you showing it, people want to see. It's just funny how we're just so interested in other people's lives. Because I watch those reality shows.
Yeah. Yeah. I try to, but I just be so busy, Sandra. I can't. I haven't watched TV in maybe a year now. I'm so into
Wow.
like my life, social media, trying to make it, trying to
I need to get
put
like
in,
you.
trying to put in so much work,
Right, right. Well,
that
I like to watch him as, coming from a producer, director, writer point of view. I
right.
want to see what's out there, when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to films, when it comes to television. Because when
Yes.
I got a scholarship to go to Berkeley Digital Film Institute, at that time, we had instructors that was coming from Hollywood to teach us, and that was a good scholarship from Laney College. But anyway, he was saying within the next 5 to 10 years, you're going to see a lot of Latinos content and African American content on the network because they're going to be wanting that. The network is going to be looking for that. So
That's right.
now I'm really starting to see that now. We got
Yeah.
a lot of African, and not just on cable. You got a lot of the movies streaming. I mean, you see
Yes.
all the African movies are streaming on
Yes.
Netflix. You have Amazon Prime, all those places. So the network was looking for that, and now it's just so much of it out there. So I'm glad that I can be in the moment of when all these things are taking place because I'm like, I'm next in line. I'm next
Yeah.
in line. I
Yes,
got
you
my
are.
stuff on a major network.
Okay. Okay. And that's awesome. That you're already ahead of the game. If
Yes.
we could say because you're already into the directing and you got your crew going and you
Yeah.
already in process, so that's great. My friend Lacey Lay said she sent you a friend request. um Lacey Lace is a friend of mine from Baltimore. She's an actress.
Hi.
She's amazing. She's an amazing woman. You love her.
Thank
um
you. I will go and accept it, gorgeous. Thank you.
yeah, you will love her. She's awesome.
Thank
You're gonna call me back like, Victor, she is great, I love her.
Okay. Big up to Boston. Big up to
Yes.
Boston.
Lacey Lace is an amazing woman, and
Thank you.
I'm not sure if she's going to be part of the film that I'm going to be in Baltimore on the 4th, because she's from Virginia as well, and she knows the director. I
Okay.
met her. I met her at my first film out there in Baltimore. That's where we met,
Right.
um, and so I'm hoping that she's in this film as well because she's amazing. You know, she's so amazing. So what advice would you give
Okay.
anyone
Okay.
that
We
wants
got this in us, so I know you guys gonna set it off.
yeah, what advice would you give anyone that wants to get into the filming industry? What advice would you give them?
Well, I'm gonna say like everybody else say, never freaking give up. Okay, just never
Mhm.
give up because let me tell you, it will be challenges along the way. It's gonna be rough time, hard times. But the thing is, when you love what you do and you passionate, God is just setting you for your greatest blessing. He ain't gonna throw you out there to the wolves. He gotta
That's right.
prepare you. You know what I'm saying? You have to be
Amen.
prepared. You
Amen.
do all these independent projects, whatever you can, whether it's paid or unpaid. But yes, we all want to get paid for our gift. But he's preparing you when you're doing all these projects. And I feel the same way. For me, doing all these short films, documentaries, music videos, God was preparing me. And now I'm getting ready to do my first commercial. I'll be directing a commercial on June the 19th for this amazing African American restaurant. And they want to start promoting their outside dining with special guest DJ from KMEL, one of Bay Area's toppest radio station. And we have a couple other DJs that's going to be there. So, this is my first commercial. And, God gives us everything to prepare us, to get us ready for that big thing, that big breakthrough, because you'll be seasoned and prepared for whatever it is you're trying to do. Even when you start your own business, we learn from trial and error, I want to say, because your first year is going to be tough.
Yeah.
The second, but they say when you get through the third, you're doing something, you building,
Yeah.
So, it's all about preparing you, just getting you ready. And, you guys are getting ready for your big scene that's coming up.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready for all these things that's about to go down. I'm getting ready, get ready, get ready. Like,
You- Oop, she froze.
yeah, just be in the moment and love where you at and love what you're doing. Be passionate and everything will work out.
That's awesome. And what part of California you're from?
I am in the Bay Area, Antioch, California, which is close to Oakland, San Francisco.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
'Cause I got friends out there in California, a lot of directors that, like Robert and stuff like that. That
Oh, yeah. I'm
maybe
working with Brother
maybe
Robert.
yeah, you maybe guys can collaborate, you know, and come up with other ideas as far as filming, you know, because I like my thing is this. I love to connect people that
Mm-hmm.
I think are compatible
There you
first, first as people,
go.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, that I know that you can sit down and talk to him or she can talk to you without you guys, you know, without anyone turning their back and say, well, I don't like her. I don't think
Oh,
it's, you know, I,
right, right.
if I see two people and I see that they can work together,
Mm-hmm.
then I connect them because
There you
I love to see people win. I want you to win. I want to see you in the big, in the big theaters, you know,
Thank
walking
you.
in and say, man, you know what? I know her.
Thank
You
you.
know,
Thank you.
and you know
Thank
what I'm saying? And that that's what drives me is when I can help someone out and
thank
connect them to other people, other directors, actors, producers, whatever it is, and then watch them grow, you
Amen.
know.
This is
Because
network at its finest right here.
yes, it is.
Right here. Network at its finest, baby.
Okay. You better ask somebody.
Hey, you better hello, you better ask Don Vic. Hey, network at its
Okay.
finest.
Okay.
Okay.
That's right. So, you know, um, I don't know if you have been to the Mike Wagner show or Rebecca Hannon show
Mhm.
or the Queen G Experience show with Queen G, which is my she's like a mentor to me too.
Wow.
Besides being my sister, Shauna Gibson is her real name. She's the sister of Tyrese Gibson, the actor. Tyrese Gibson, the singer Tyrese Gibson that played in the movie Fast and the Furious.
N- n- okay, we keep going in and out. I just caught you at the last ending of that.
Okay. So Shauna Gibson um is she has a talk show as well. She's the sister of Tyrese Gibson.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I can connect you to them as well
Oh,
so you can get on their platform.
yes, this is network at its finest.
That's right. And network with them and some of their viewers can see what you're doing. Also have director Harvey Wallen and his wife Katie Wallen from I forgot what state they're from, but they also directors and producers.
Uh-huh.
Him and his wife also act, and their two children's act. They got some phenomenal movies out.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
Michael S. Gonzalez. He's from L.A. He's another director.
Okay.
Great guy. Um, so you know, I if you like, I can connect you with them, and you guys can talk,
Oh,
collaborate,
yes.
and maybe you can come up with some ideas and come up with some new stuff.
Hey, once I, like I said, this is network at its finest, baby. So of
Yeah,
course,
that's
you know,
right.
I wouldn't turn down no network link, okay? Because you never know that because when you networking with one person, like you said, they have a platform, so you're networking with their platform.
That's right.
you know.
That's right.
So thank you. And that's what it's all about. And I
Yeah.
tell people all the time, you never know who knows somebody. Okay.
Okay.
So you never turn that down. You always want to be connected with a different circle because when you outgrow your circle, that means God is taking you to a whole different pool of people that
Yeah.
can elevate you to the next level of where you're going.
Exactly. Exactly. Amen to that. You
Yeah.
know, and that's the whole purpose of the show is
Yeah.
to help elevate
Come on
people
now.
to the
That's
next level, you know, and I'm happy. So, is there anything else that you would like to tell the viewers about you, or that you want them to know?
yes, yes. Just really thank all of you guys for tapping in with me and this amazing guy, Don Vic, who have given me the
Thank you,
opportunity
thank you
to
so
come
much.
before his audience, his viewers, his fan, all of you guys, and say, I am Sandra A. Smith. Indie award-winning filmmaker. I'm working on my first feature film, Julia Stiles, a romantic comedy. I am blessed to be a part of Fences, my first play. I am directing a commercial. Gosh, and I am now competing in the ultimate stylist, and it's all about bringing your style, your favor, your fashion to the audience there. And of course, people have to vote now. If I win, I'm gonna get 10 G's. Hello, 10 G's.
Okay.
Okay, I need that to go toward my project. But all in all, I'm just grateful that God can allow me to continue growing as a filmmaker, actress, artist, all these things. Because when you die in your gift, and that means when you don't activate your gift and use your gift, that gift just fades away. And you are not sharing it with the world. And that's why God give us a gift. So I don't want to die in my gift. I want to live in my gift. I want to continue being creative, as a Southern girl from the dirty here in
Hey.
the big city, just really saying, hey, there's talent everywhere. It doesn't matter
Yes.
where you start, it's how you finish by faith. We are all growing in our gift. We are getting better each and every day. Never
Amen.
give up on your dreams. Just never give up, no matter what level you are. See yourself as is there. You already there. You better act like you are that superstar. Okay. You better act like you that superstar. I don't care where you at in your career. Because once you still feel that in your spirit and you start showing that to yourself, boom, you're there. You're there.
Amen.
You are
Amen.
there. And
I
you
love you,
back and
Sandra.
remember all that.
I love you. I love your
I
energy.
love you,
You're
my
you're
brother.
amazing. I love it.
Thank
So
you. Thank you.
I have another friend of mine that lives in California. I don't know if you ever heard of her. She's a Hollywood fashion designer. She's also into directing movies and stuff. Her name is Vida Craddock. She's an African American, amazing woman. She was on the show like maybe say 2 weeks ago. Uh,
I didn't even hear that. You was telling me about one of your Hollywood producer friends here in California.
yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah.
kind of out again. But
Can you hear me? Can you
I
hear me?
yeah, I can hear you
Okay.
now, but I have my ride is coming to
Okay.
Haiti. I'm getting ready to go to
Okay.
rehearsal for the play
Okay.
Fences. So I need to say, hey, I'm ready because I just had an
Okay.
amazing interview with my man, Mr. Don Vick, y'all.
You
Y'all look
already.
like tapping in. He always
Okay.
got amazing guests. I enjoyed both of your guests on yesterday. And
Thank
like
you.
said, God gave it this platform. It was in the making. You got it. It's up. It's amazing.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much.
platform, my brother.
Thank you. So I want to thank you for coming on the show,
Yes,
Sandra. We'll
yes,
bring you back in the future to find out what exactly you got going on.
yes.
And I wish you the best
Thank,
blessings.
thank you.
And we love you over here.
Love you too, my brother. God
Oh,
bless. Keep shining.
yay. Good, goodbye.
Bye.
Yes, everyone. That was Sandra A. Smith, all the way from California. Amazing woman. She has a lot of stuff going on. And this is what the show is all about, people, is bringing amazing people like Sandra, Robert, Sammy, and Jay, to come on this platform and share their story and just share what they are doing for the community and for themselves. And to be able to connect people with good people so that everyone can grow in their way. And I just want to shout out everyone that came on the show: Lacey Lays, Rochelle, Matt, co-host IG, um, and everybody else that's on the live right now. Thank you guys so much. All my YouTube watchers, all my Parapost watchers, and Facebook watchers. Thank you all for the love and the support for the guests and for the show. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Tune in next week. I'm talking to some people to bring on a show. Tune in every weekend on the Don Vick Show. Again, hopefully, I might not be on this platform. I'm in the process of moving, and I might be moving my studio to another location. Not sure yet, but I'm definitely moving to another location. So just bear with me, and the show will still go on. And thank everybody. I love you guys. I'll see you guys next weekend, hopefully, on the Don Vick Show. All right. Peace, love, respect, and I'm out.